Okay guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Obviously we've got a budget branded build for you today. I got it as cheap as I possibly could whilst keeping it as good as I possibly can. Obviously cards now are like super expensive. People can't afford things like the thrusts that are like, these are like 50, 40, 50, 60 pounds a copy, which just these three are almost the price of this deck. So you can imagine how expensive they are. Even things like talents, even though it's being reprinted in the rarity collection, they're still like £8 each. So that's the cheapest I could find. So they're not in the deck just because, again, they're cool, they're good to have, but it's not necessary for you to have an actual competitive Albaz deck. So again, I eliminated as much as I possibly could, basically got rid of as much of the fluff as possible. So I'll try to get into it as much as possible. I'll try to show my cards in a different way because I think YouTube is like cutting part of my videos out. So yeah. So obviously we're starting off with 3 Fallen of Albaz. I think no matter which build you play now, whether you're budget or you're playing full branded, 3 is like really mandatory, so nothing more to say there. I think as well Albion has become pretty much a staple, and especially if you're playing like a budget version, then it can help you dig for pieces and help you get set up and help you get access to branded fusion and stuff like that. So yeah, and then because we're going to play Allure, because I think Allure is a good way to play the deck, we've obviously got 2 Macoria. I actually really like it as well. Like sometimes you can do like a Rindbrum play, then go into Saranir, banishing Macoria, and like you can do some like fun things. And sometimes it's nice to just do that rather than always going the optimal route. One kit, just because she's searchable from Lost and she's good follow up. She can help you recycle like your banished spells and traps like Retribution and stuff like that. So she is good for that reason. Cartesia, thank you to the reprint in Battles of Legend. She is like a £1 card now on eBay, so she is super affordable. She can just go straight in, and yeah, especially if you're playing like a budget build, play 3. For sure, you'll want more ways to fuse, more ways to get going, and that is perfect for what she is. Probably the most expensive card in the deck is 1 Quem. I think you obviously can play without the Quem, but for an extra £30, she just raises the ceiling so much. If you don't play the Quem from the build that I have, it would probably put the deck down to £130, which is obviously really cool. But again, Quem is just really good, and you just if you can find the budget for 1, play it. If not, just take the Quem out and still play the rest of the things the way it is. And like I said, I do have figures at the end of the video, but yeah, Quem obviously just raises the ceiling so much that if you can afford 1, put her in, but if you can't, take her out. And yeah, you just have to play things a little bit different, maybe put an ad-lib in instead of the Quem. Then obviously, because we're only playing the 1 Quem, I've gone back, so rather than playing the 2 in full branded, now we've gone to 3. 3 Aluba, so you obviously want to get access to your branded fusion and get your plays going. Then obviously playing the 1 Tragedy, we all know what this does, helps us recursion, helps, yeah, this is obviously another target for Allure of Darkness as well, so really cool that way. Then for the Bestials, obviously this again is one of the more expensive cards. The cheapest I could find it was like £13-14. So what would that be dollars, like 16, 17, something like that. So yeah, again, quite an expensive card, but if you're a budget player, you want to get to Lost really quickly just so that you can play for free. So, and Lubellion does that for you. Lubellion gets you to Lost so easy, so I really think he's a good one to get. And then obviously 2 Saranir, again, this is like a £5 card each, so you can cut 1. It's not mandatory to play the 2, and then obviously this will get you down even more. But I just think 2, we're playing like, I play only 1 High Spirit still, but because I don't actually think you need to change the deck a whole lot to be able to play at budget. So yeah, yeah, just 2 of those. Yeah, still play the puppet. It's £3, so just play it. Like, puppet is just if you're budget and you don't have thrusts and all that, doesn't matter. Just puppet them. Rob the champion. That's what he says. Just puppet them. Fuck them. Just puppet them. So yeah, that's it. And then obviously the change that I've made from having thrusts and a talent. Some people play it anyways, but I do think it's a very, very good option, and that would probably be yeah, the Dogmatica stuff. So I'll lay it in a weird way now. So yeah, I think Nadir Servant and Maximus is for sure. If you're playing a budget version and you can't afford thrusts and you need a way to play through Ashe, Nadir Servant is that. Do you know what I mean? It gives you so much access, so much setup, and yeah, I just think it's a really, really good, strong way to play. Where thrusts, where Maximus is £5, thrust, Nadir Servants, I think you can get like a playset for like £3-4. Because I'm pretty sure this was in the one of the rarity collections as well. So they're super, super affordable, super, super cheap. And then when you compare, what's that? Probably £10 compared to £140 for 3 thrusts and a talent, and the talents, it's just night and day really, the difference. So yeah, that is probably the best package. Then we're going to go to more standard stuff now. We're obviously going to play 3 branded fusion. Obviously ignore the rarities, you just play the supers, or the secrets now are super affordable. I don't particularly like how the secrets look, but they're obviously just super affordable. 3 branded opening, again, this is like £4 or £5. You could play 2, it's not mandatory. I actually don't end up, a lot of time when I play branded, I don't actually open it, but it is really good. If you open a law and this, you can go a law, if they don't have a response, you can chain this, then you can add tragedy to your hand and then banish it from the draw 2 from a law. So that is like some cool things that you can do. I would play 2 branded in red for sure. Yeah, just again, a really, really good card. And if you're playing like a budget version, then again, I just think it's mandatory. I still play 2 in my full version. I think it comes up more than enough for it to be worth it. Lost, because just like, I know a lot of YouTubers just go, yeah, it's a fucked card, it's a broken card, but this is actually a broken card. The fact that you can not allow your opponent to activate any effects is just wild. So yeah, and then just 1 high spirits. I wouldn't play 3, because then I think you have to play a higher dragon count than what you're playing. So I think you'd have to play like 3, like another Saranir, rather than playing like 1 or 2. I think you'd have to play a 3rd Saranir. I think probably maybe a Magnuma or something like that. So yeah, I'm just not. It's a good card, and if you have the option to play around Ashe with it, do it. But yeah. Then obviously like honorary branded cards, fusion deployment. This should say branded deployment. But yeah, just summon Cartesia, then you can play through like Imperms, Veilers and stuff like that on your normal summons. Good going second card, obviously Dark Ruler. These again as well are super cheap. They were commons in the Albert Strike structure deck. They were printed in the rarity collection, so you can get like a host of different rarities, like super, super cheap. So yeah. Allure of Darkness, surprisingly, even though it's had quite a few like common printings, is still like a £1 to £2 card. So again, but still, you need to be, if you're playing a budget version, you want to be digging for all of your cards. Last 2 spells, obviously 1 Foolish, 1 Called By, we don't want to get ashed, and this is just a starter. You can play Gold Sark instead. I just like Foolish because then I can send Tragedy and do it that way. I know you get more options from Macoria being banished than you do Tragedy being sent to graveyard, but again, it's just personal preference. But that's up to you. You could play a Gold Sark as well, or swap this out for a Gold Sark. It's obviously entirely up to you. Playing the 1 Retribution, you need it as part of like the combo. If you don't open Branded Fusion or away to it, you have to do the like make Dust Dragon, send Saranir send, or get an Albion in your hand and stuff like that, so on and so forth. And then especially if you're playing this has become like more a norm now, especially if you're going first. But if you're playing the budget version, for sure just play 3 fusion duplications, so that if you do get ashed, it doesn't matter, because you've opened this, you're going to set this, do what else you can, and then you're just going to play on your opponent's turn instead, so it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Most of the changes, guys, I'm not going to lie, are just playing the Deer Servant. Obviously I've cut like a few guards, but this is it really. I think you can play branded really budget by just swapping out things like obviously the thrusts and a quem, like just swapping out this. Obviously these are like 40 to 50 pounds each, so that's like what, 120 to 150. They're like 8 to 10 pounds each. Quem is like another 30, so we got like getting close to 200 pounds from these, and you can just swap them out for 3 Nadir. I don't know where the other Nadir is. Yeah, 3 Nadir and 1 Maximus, and this is 10 pounds. So you have like a 10 pound option, or you have like a near 200 pound option. So like I think that's the best way if you're gonna make it budget, is just, yeah, it's just that package. Like, and again, some people, I think Yuri plays these, so yeah. I will say, guys, like after you build like the budget version, if you're looking to just upgrade the main deck straight away, then I would probably just try to get talents, like get like 2-3 talents, and then just put that in your deck. Maybe cut some of the like fluff, like a Saranir, one of the duplications, or one of the reds, or one of the Alubas. If you don't want to, if you find you're drawing too many open normal summons, then just put in 3 talents, and then I think that will just like crazily change how your deck runs. So yeah. And then onto the extra deck. The extra deck literally does not change from the standard build, really, because you're obviously just going to play 2 Mirror Jade, super affordable. It's been printed twice as an Ultra, which is bullshit. But 2 Albion, this is a common. Lubellion, this has been printed twice as an ultra rare, and it's like £1, so it's cool. Obviously, Sanctifier is more expensive, but like I said, if you're playing like a budget build, you really need to just puppet people. So just like gun towards that really, and the £13 is just really worth it. This also has so many, even if you're not puppeting people, being able to just keep bringing back your Mirror Jade is just so good. 1 Titaniclad again. Ignore rarities, guys. This is a common that you can get for like £1. Albulanatus, again, ignore the rarity. You can get this for again like £1. It's been printed twice, and I think the reason why this is in here is just really good against Tempai. You can just fuse away their entire board, so it literally doesn't matter. So yeah, that's why he's really important. Another one that's quite expensive, oh, I'll go into this first. Then obviously 1 Rindbrum, just really good to Foolish. Again, this has been reprinted, so it's only like £2-3 now, so yep. And then yeah, Dust Dragon is a little bit more expensive, despite the reprint. She is still like £8 each, so £16 for the 2. You do need 2 for the puppet lock sometimes, but if you can't afford this, then, or it's too much, you can obviously cut 1 and just play a Masquerade. So that is an option, obviously, but yeah, 2, I think if you're going to be trying to puppet people, sometimes 2 really does come up, so that is an option for you guys. 1 Queritus to be summoned from the Dust Dragon, and obviously this is really good against Snake Eyes, because if you summon it from Dust Dragon and they Zealantis, I don't know if they're still going to be Zealantis in since Infinite Forbidden, but yeah, I don't know if they're still going to be Zealantis in after Infinite Forbidden, but obviously this can't be summoned back if it was summoned from Dust Dragon, because it wasn't correctly summoned, so that's just something to keep in mind. Then we've got 1 Predaplant Dragastapelia. We've got, sorry, my cat is just speaking to me. Yeah, 1 Predaplant Dragastapelia. Yeah, really good. Can mess up Tempai, because obviously it changes the level of the monster as well, so they will change up their like, mess up their like synchro plays and stuff. one Furious Dragon, and then finally one Chimera. Obviously Furious Dragon still like £4 or £5 because it's only had one print in, but it is super good, and I would recommend getting it. It is a nice card. And then Guardian Chimera is again a really cool card, literally just because it's been reprinted. It used to be expensive, but it's been reprinted in the Rarity Collection, so you can get them super cheap now. Yeah, so that is the budget version. I'm gonna pass you over now. I'm not gonna lie, I've pre-recorded the pricing part, so that's gonna be I'll just play it, and then that'll have like the outro and stuff like that. But yeah, let's get into that.
Okay guys, so like I was just mentioning, this is the cheapest I could get it. Like I mentioned in the video, I'm using eBay because even if you use something like Card Market and that, sometimes the postage is just silly. So you might be able to get like each copy of Aluba the Jester for 50p each, so that's £1.50, but it costs £5 to post it. So now you're at $6.50, and what is the point of that? So yeah, you can get it cheaper on eBay in my opinion. Obviously you can always do things to make it cheaper by like going on like Facebook buy and sell, like the trade pages. I'm sure that we've got one for the Europe and the UK. I'm sure there's one for America as well, and you can like trade and buy with people that way. Especially if you're a new player, I would recommend that. People will always try to look to sell their stuff cheaper just to get rid of it, and sometimes people are just willing to help you out because sometimes there's some good people in the community. But yeah, like I was saying, this is the cheapest I could get it. This is obviously without wheeling and dealing, do you know what I mean? Like sometimes it says like £4.20 for it as an example, but you can send them an offer, so you could offer them £3.50. So you could probably knock off another £18 if you did it. You could probably get it down to £150. But this is just what I could get, obviously, with not doing that. So yeah, let me just go through it. So obviously, yeah, we've got like borrow load $4.50. Then obviously you can always do things like this. So like buy 5, get 25% off. So try to get like as many cards as you can from there. So obviously you've got like the Titaniclad there, the Albert, the Foolish Burial, the 3 Shrouded, the Lubellion, the Mirror Jades, the Kit, the Retribution, the Lost, the Poderica Superlia, obviously all of the Albazes. So it's just a good way to get things cheaper. Obviously look here, multiple, if you buy up to multiples, then you can get more money off. So I've saved another 25% there. Obviously I could probably get another bit off by buying these somewhere else, but I couldn't. I've just done this quite quickly just to like show you guys. I didn't want to spend too much time doing it. Same with like Dark Rulers No More, like they're £1 each, so I probably could have found them on Unicorn cards and saved myself another, what's that, 75p. So yeah, that would get it down to 167. But yeah guys, you could just do that. That is the best way. Obviously look, sometimes it's annoying because you have to get like 2 Allure of Darkness because they were the cheaper ones. Sometimes it's better to buy play sets. So obviously like most of the time Aluba was £1 each, but this person's selling 3 Aluba for £2, so you're saving £1 there. Obviously my list only had 2 Aluba in it, so but it's always good to have a spare just in case. Maybe with only the 1 Quem you do that. Fusion deployments look 3 for £2 again, so you just got to be careful, you just got to be smart and do it, especially if you're a budget player. Just try to do these things as much as possible. Then as we keep going down, obviously openings, so this is what I'm saying, so like these openings are like £5, but you might have been able to like we'll click on it, we'll see if you can put an offer in. No, so this one doesn't have an offer. What about these ones? Yeah, look, here we go, look. Make an offer. So this is what I'm saying, £5 plus make an offer. So you could knock another couple of pounds off there. So that's what I'm saying, guys. You just got to be smart and do that if you're a budget player. But this is the cheapest. Again, you could probably, like I was saying, you could probably get that down to 150, I reckon, quite comfortably. Because we could probably knock another, like we already saw 75p, so we're down to 167. And we could probably knock a couple of quid off this, so we're down to 165. Maybe 150 is a bit over the top, but Saroniers, you could get away with probably only playing one. So you could knock another fiver off there from my list. So yeah, look, another fiver. Now we're down to, with the other savings that we was talking about, we're at 160 now. Obviously this Lubellion, I don't think this one was all best offer. You could offer this pot guy £10. Maybe they'll take it. Do you know what I mean? You don't know how long that they've had it. So yeah, like again, guys, you just gotta be real smart. Obviously, look here, like 3 for that. Like again, multiple buy discount. I probably should have tried to search a bit more to try and get this Maximus somewhere, but this one you could probably get a little buy again. The Quem, obviously this one I didn't check. It might say best offer. This one is not best offer, but maybe there's one that's £30 that you could offer 28. So then you're going to save another 150 there or something. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys like roughly like an actual price. So yeah, just wanted to give you guys like some sort of offer. Again, like Albion the Sanctifier, it's obviously easier to save on the more expensive cards. So like Albion, this one's not, but again, you could just look and try and find one that does say all best offer. This one doesn't. Like a lot of people who post their stuff like cheaper than everyone else don't really do that. Yeah, this one doesn't either. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys like a little actual figure at the end. Obviously, I've got this here, just so you guys can see. Like I've already saved this much from it. But again, like it is difficult to find branded like £100 or less. That is going to be near impossible just because some of the cards are just really expensive. But yeah, you can see here 162 obviously if you only play the 1 Saronier, but I would play the 2 Saronier just because then it gives you more options to try and play through like Ash and stuff like that, just by having a higher dragon count. And if you're playing the budget version, obviously you want to have more access to branded fusion, and obviously this is a way to branded fusion in a way, because you can send retribution, send branded fusion to the graveyard, add it back and stuff, like all sorts of stuff. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy the budget list? What do you think? What do you think would be like the things that you would add like straight away? I do think branded is hard to be a budget deck, but for sure this is I think this is a really good competitive option, and you're not, some people play Nadir over Thrust anyway, so you're not really sacrificing too much. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.